Okay, well, this is my new venture, and these are quite old. I've had them for quite a bit now. But this book here, I've just been fiddling on, and I had the book under my fingers for quite a while. And what it is, it's Julius Caesar in Kent, and I printed it out, and I think I got it from archive.org. I normally get everything from Gutenberg, which is on the internet, and archive.org is an American. I think Gutenberg is American, but I know archive.org is definitely American, and it's got a huge library, and most of it's in PDF. And the reason I like Gutenberg is because they're HTML files and they're easy to manipulate. You can manipulate the text and put things in and put it into Word and etc, etc. But PDF files are a little bit more difficult. You can't mess about with a PDF file as such. And this was a PDF file, and I'd never seen any. I've got the Gallic histories, the Gallic wars and everything like that. I put that on the internet. I was so pleased when I'd done it. I did it in a red back, same stuff as this. But this one is the I'll give you the Caesar in Kent, and it's by the Reverend Francis T. Vine BA, and he's a bit flowery, and he must have a mentor or somebody, and I think the mentor's called, not a mentor, the Marquis Coiningham, and he really goes to town with that, and ingratiates himself with him and everything else, and it sort of spoils the preface and the introduction and everything. It's all about him. But Caesar in Kent is not, once he gets out of the thing, it's not a bad read. It's not too bad as reads go, and it's not a very large book. I think it's exactly as what they come. All I did was take it into from a PDF file, broke it down and cleaned some of the pages up. I think it's about 243 pages long or something like that, and I put a few extra pages in for notes and stuff, and it's got all the stuff in. But when I was reading it, he mentions a guy called Napoleon, and Napoleon III was Emperor of France. And I thought, I'm not talking about Napoleon, not the Napoleon. I'm talking about Napoleon III, who was he was the Emperor of the French from 1808 to 1873, something like that. And I've got the books, and I've cut them and everything, ready for what they call them, ready for binding. And they're 2 volume sets, volume 1 and volume 2, and they're quite a chunk. I think this one's about 400 pages, I think, this one. There's a picture of him anyway, Napoleon, just to make sure that if you're thinking it's the other Napoleon, it's not. That's the Napoleon, Emperor and military leader from 1808 to 1873, Napoleon III. And I'm just checking to see how many pages. 360, 361, there's about 370 with the extra bits on. There's about 400 pages altogether in each volume. And I've got the 2 volumes there, and I haven't read it, and I haven't looked at it properly. I printed it out because I like anything to do with the Roman Empire and the Caesars and everything else. And I changed it to .16, which makes it even bigger. And these were actually HTML files, so I must have took it down from Gutenberg. So you can get this from Gutenberg. It's called The History of Julius Caesar, Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Napoleon III, Emperor. And you can get that down from Gutenberg if you want it. But this guy talks about Napoleon III. All his references are to Napoleon III. Now, this is a little book. It's a handful. It's just something you can read, a quick read in bed, and if you want to sit and read something or whatever at night, something quiet. And And it's not written too badly once you get out the flowery speech at the beginning and all the full of crap that they normally do. But all this information comes from Napoleon III. And Napoleon III had about 500,000 men apparently looking around for information on Julius Caesar and where the sites were and where he landed in here and where he landed there. And this wants to do about landings in Britain, so all the information from landings in Britain he got from Napoleon III. So I'm going to bind this one up and make it into a book, something similar to this. I might do a proper bind, or I might just do this one. I just do simple binds now. I can't be bothered. I just bang a book together now. It'll take a few minutes and well, not a few minutes, but anyway, I was quite pleased with this one. It's not a bad little read. But all the information, it's like a primer before you read this one. So I'm now going to do that one up and read that one. And the other book I've got here is Sulla, who I'm very interested in. I don't know much about Sulla, and somebody called him Sulla. You can call him Sulla or Sulla. And it's from the Gracia, Marius and Sulla by A.H. Beasley. And yeah, this is from the Gutenberg, because it's an HTML file, and I've took it into what they call and printed it out myself. So I've changed it to, once it's in .16, I know it's an HTML file. So I'm quite pleased with that. So them I've got to do, and I've also got the history of the rise and the fall of the Roman Empire to do. So and I'm doing lots of notepads. There's a block I've just done. I just done a block, and ready for binding. And this one was a block, a green one, which I'm just done the back for, and that's ready for gluing in. And I've got to put the little ribbons on the end first. So I do them by the millions, well, millions, and I've got to do a back for that one, which is going to be in red, obviously. And on one of my cards I said I paid a lot of money out for this thing. It's full capsized paper, this. It isn't very good. I said it cost me 5p, it was quite expensive. It didn't, it cost me 10p a sheet. It was 10p a sheet, and that was on offer. So you can see when the offers come up, grab them. So anyway, that's my little book. And this one's by the Reverend Vine. So, and the little bits at the front, I just pop that in to make up the pages, because I do them in 16s, which makes 4 pages, 4 fours are 16, and it was just short of what I wanted, so I added these few pages from another book, and it's of the same age. It's got a bit about the Celtic Britons and a few maps and things in it and stuff. And it comes from the Ancient Britons and Their Descendants by Thomas W. Powell. And this is, I got this Delaware, Ohio in 1882, so it must be an American volume. Anyway, I didn't do the book, I just took the pictures out of it, because they correspond with luckily with the things in here, because there aren't any pictures, and I do like pictures in a book for something to look at for references and stuff. Anyway, I'll stop there. And that's my latest efforts I've been doing. So I won't put that on YouTube, but I will keep it as a bit of interest for myself, and I'll stop there. Well, starting off where I left off last time, I finished the books. I've glued them all in. If you remember, I'd done the Caesar in Kent, and I had a few bits and pieces lying around. I had 2 of the History of Julius Caesar, Volume 1 and Volume 2, which I haven't sewn in yet, but I will do. And I can't cut them on my guillotine because they're a bit too wide. They're about an inch. They're about an inch long. And that's the definitive article. These Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Napoleon II, Emperor of the French, 1808 to 1873. And this is what I class as the primer in the original thingy, Caesar of Kent. It's not a bad little read. It's it's plagiarism. He's taken it from other people. I don't think he left home, this guy. I think he took it from other people, and he took their information and then put the best bits down, and then went into that book that I've just shown you there and took all the best bits from that and put it down in here. That's what it seems to be. It might be me and my ignorance, but that's what it feels to be. But it's an easy read. It's not too difficult to read. And the one that I said before that I'd done, which was Sulla, or Sulla, it's both with an S, Sulla and Sulla. It went in quite well, and I was going to do it with a blue background, and I forgot, and I did it in green, and I've got a blue inside, so I've made a mistake. But it doesn't look too bad. It's only for me. It's only a ready book for me, and it isn't as big as I thought, because it starts off here, the Gracchi, Marius and Sulla, the Gracchi, Marius and Sulla, and it starts here, and I've got about 60 pages in the front which I've took down from sort of Wikipedia and other places like that, about Plutarch, the parallel lives and the life of Sulla and all the bits and pieces that go before this. And I haven't read it, so I don't know where he's got his information from or who I go to for the definitive book, the definitive article, but that's a picture of Sulla. He's a bit of a swine. And it's before Julius Caesar. It's just before Julius Caesar, in fact, because Sulla tries to kill Julius Caesar, and he goes up into exile to Julius Caesar, and he gets caught by the pirates and all the rest of it, you know. But it's the start of Mark Antony and everything else, and it's not a bad little read by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks quite easy, and I've left all the notes in, all the page numbering in. I never took any bloody page numbers out. I'm getting terrible. I should have took the page numbers out, really. But there's only me going to read it, and I understand what the page numbers are. And sometimes it helps if there's a chapter and it says go to page number such and such, and you go down, you find that the page number's in the book. But anyway, it's not too big a book. It's about 260 pages, I think. 261. Yeah, 263, but they're blanks anyway. So that's that. And the other two books that I did that were left lying around, one was a book block, which was in red, if you remember. I was talking about it, and it's gone in quite well. And I put it in book RAM. That is book RAM, and I've just put it in a standard book. I haven't done anything special with it, or people seem to like these better than the other ones that I did a lot of work on. Well, I rounded the backs and folded them in, and I did rounding and backing and stitching and doing the edges, and these seem to go better than them, so I haven't really bothered. And this is the last one I did in green, so that was the one that I'd left sitting there. And I'll have to remember, it makes a little bit of a bump there, because I don't leave much on the end. I tried to disguise it, but it didn't work. It's left a little bit of a raised portion there. I don't know if you can see it, which I didn't want. But they're just notebooks, and they'll come in handy. I keep making notebooks to keep going anyway, so somebody likes them. So there you go. I'll just go into focus. Yeah. So those are there. I'll pull back a little bit. I'm a bit too... Yeah. Anyway, I'll finish there. That's them. And now I've got to set off myself on a project to do something. I've got to do another portfolio. One for my grandson. I've done two, but I want to keep one just as a memory. And one for my granddaughter. If she wants the other one, that's all of them gone. If she wants more than one. And yeah, I can't think of anything else I've got in line. There's nothing else going. I miss Sage Reynolds because he came up with all sorts of things that I enjoyed doing, and the last one I saw which to do was the portfolio, which I've done. And yeah, so anyway, I'll stop there.